Hey Sag, how are you today? This is going to be your general reading for July 1st to the 15th, 2021. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're looking for personal reading, please go to goldenphoenixrising.com or you can go to, you can email me at goldenphoenixreadings@gmail.com. Okay, let's look into your energy. I'm changing up the format today. We're going to be doing a shorter reading, a little bit more concise. So your past energy is the Four of Swords. You've been in a period of rest, contemplation. I was gonna say relaxation, but I don't know if that's the word for it. There was some really deep connections with spirit during this period of time. This was a time of actually really hard work, but it took stillness to achieve a higher sense of who you were. Okay, let's look at your higher self. What does your higher self want to say to Sagittarius? Please and thank you, Spirit. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay, through this state of contemplation, one of the lessons that you learned, one of the things that you managed to achieve was a sense of independent thought in yourself. So I think there was a time in your life, Sag, when you really looked to outside validation in order to let you know whether or not you were doing okay. You wanted other people to tell you that you're okay, right? Or what the decisions you were making were appropriate, or if they weren't appropriate. And what this time with spirit gave you was an idea of independence in yourself. So that is spiritually and physically. Because in order to manifest something into the real world, you have to start with the energy work that happens at a higher plane of existence. Sometimes we're not always aware of that going on, but it's always happening behind the scenes. You know, it's like when you buy a product on Amazon, okay? You're like, I got the product, and physically you get it, and that's like your real world experience. But what sometimes you don't see is all of the background stuff that's going on in order to get that product shipped to you, and then off into, and then what the manufacturer has to do to create it. And there's so many things going on in the background in order to achieve the thing that's going on on the surface. And so what's showing on the surface is a sense of financial independence, but that really came and was achieved through this inner work that you did for actually quite a long time. I feel like it's taken you a long time to achieve this, and this was something that you diligently worked on. Spirit wants to acknowledge that. I feel that that they want to acknowledge the hard work that you put into it, and that they recognize that. Okay, subconscious for Sag. Okay, Two of Pentacles. One of the things that you've also been learning is how to balance your own energy, the yin and yang, the positive and negative. When negative influences come into your how do you react to that? And how do you get back to that sense of independent thought? Because there's always going to be invaders coming in and doing that. So, for example, if you say, I want to take my children to this daycare over here. And then there's your mother and then your mother-in-law coming in and saying, oh, no, you should do it this way, or you should do this, or you should do that. And in your own sense of being, in your independent thought, you're like, I know this is the best path. This is the best path for me, maybe the best path for my child at the time. And in the past, maybe you would have taken their advice and done what they wanted instead of what you wanted, right? And so in order to do that, you've had to balance your energies. And so what happens is the next time your mother-in-law comes in and says, hey, we want you to do it this way, you just kind of sit back, take a breath, rebalance, and you have this power now, internal power, to be able to step forth and just say, thank you so much for the advice. I appreciate that you love me so much that you want to, give me the advice. But like this daycare over here, like this is close to my work. It's easy pickup. It's gonna make my life so much easier. And I really I went in and walked through the facility, and the caregivers are so nice. And you don't even have to prove it to them, right? I mean, that's not what you're doing this for, right? It's not about proving to them that you're right or wrong, right? But it's about handling the situation with grace, and temperance. So that comes from rebalancing your energies and you knowing how to do that when those negative energies come in, and just walking past them like they didn't even faze you, right? That is true strength of character and integrity, right? And who you are. And it'll show on the outside if you behave that way. Okay, so let's look at the incoming energies. Something that maybe you don't expect. This is not your energy. This is something that's surrounding you or wants to come in. Okay, so what's coming in for you is the Ten of Wands. So this is a burden. Okay, so the world is going to want to throw some stuff on your shoulders right now. That's the immediate incoming energy. So when you watch this reading, just know that, maybe a couple of days in the future, it could even be in the evening of the same day, that energy is going to come in and is going to hit you. Okay, maybe it's your husband coming home and telling you some bad news, or maybe it's your mother-in-law calling. No, I'm just joking. I love my mother-in-law. Or my mom too. So everybody relates to what I'm saying. I'm sorry. But so there's going to be a burden coming in. Okay? But let's see what the outcome is and how you're going to deal with that. Spirit, please and thank you. Let's see what the outcome of that is going to be. How is Sag going to handle this? The Three of Cups. Okay, so you are going to produce a celebratory atmosphere in that circumstances. And I think that's what this reading really is about. This is a warning from Spirit that this is coming, okay? That there's going to be some burdens coming. And what you have to do with that is you got to produce the Three of Cups energy. Produce all of these energies, these other previous energies, in order to have a successful outcome of this given situation. Okay, so it means that you're going to be successful and celebrate, but it's also about a group of people coming together, right? So if your husband comes home and tells you some bad news about something, how you handle that is that you're going to bring a group of people together in love, compassion, kindness. You're going to embody those energies because you're going to bring this group of people together in order to be successful and to overcome this situation. Okay, so what you got on the bottom is the Justice card. Okay, so justice will prevail in this situation. So when this energy comes in as the Ten of Wands, it's going to feel very stressful for you when it hits. And what you're going to do is you're going to use your Two of Pentacle energies to rebalance yourself. Like I said, step back, take a breath, and your independent sense is going to tell you how to move forward. with the situation, and you are going to be successful. There's going to be justice in the situation, so you will overcome it ultimately. Okay? So Spirit, can we get a little bit of clarity on this Ten of Wands? I'd like to know, we're going to draw three cards off the top here, Spirit, and I'd like to know, give us some more details on this incoming burden that is going to come in for Sagittarius, please and thank you. Incoming burden for Sagittarius. The Ten of Cups. The Empress. The Two of Wands. You're gonna have to make a choice. Your choice is going to be, you're gonna have to choose to be happy. You're gonna have to choose to see the positive aspects of this energy that's coming in for you. Like, you've got a lot of things on the go right now, a lot of burdens, and you're going to have to choose to move through all of these things, because it's not just one. There's 10 wands here, so it's almost like you've got 10 things going on. And you're going to have to make a choice to use what you've learned in the past to move through it with flow and ease. That is what Spirit's saying. So they're not saying it's one thing. It's going to be an accumulation of 10 little things. Okay? So it's not one moment. Okay, advice for Sag. Sometimes it's those 10 little things that, like, and that's like the straw that broke the camel's back. Is that the saying? Right? Okay, advice, please and thank you. Advice for Sagittarius, Spirit. Feelings. Okay, what this is saying to me is that throughout this period, the 1st to the 15th that we're doing this reading, these 10 wands are going to bring up feelings, okay? Sometimes there's going to be feelings of anger. Sometimes there's going to be feelings of sadness and pain. Sometimes there's going to be joy in your successes. Sometimes, you know, it's going to be a roller coaster of emotions. And they want you to bring those emotions to the surface, acknowledge them, and then move past. Okay? So, yep, I'm angry. I'm angry about this situation, but now I'm going to get up and go to work. Like, it's not that you're ignoring it, so don't ignore it. No, yeah, that made me mad. That traffic jam this morning made me mad, okay? But you're going to continue to move forward. Because you've learned a lot of lessons in your life, and you've learned how to emotionally deal with these situations. Okay, so more advice, Spirit, more advice for Sag. Okay, I think there's two that want to come up here. There's always got cards out of this deck that come out for me. Okay, happy love, a joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. Okay, so acknowledge and have gratitude for the stable and beautiful relationships that you have in your life. Those good friends, that partner that's giving to you, the parents that love you. Okay, be grateful and have gratitude. That's what's gonna raise your vibration and bring you to that next level. Protection, strong protective magic for the family and for the home. So Spirit wants you to know that you're always protected by your spirit family. They are always looking out for you, and your higher self is also looking out for yourself. Okay, so you are very much protected, and you will be safe throughout this period. Okay, let's pull a dragon for you. Let's see what kind of dragon you're going to get. Spirit, please and thank you. Dragon for Sagittarius. There we go. Orange. I love orange. Crystal yellow dragon. Okay. Yellow. Opens you to higher learning and wisdom. Expand your crown chakra for illumination. Walk the higher spiritual path. Okay. These 10 wands coming in are going to be difficult. I'm not going to, sugarcoat it. Like, you're going to have a whole bunch of emotions and feelings that are going to pop up during this period. If you don't meditate, please start, even if it's like 10 minutes a day or 10 minutes every other day, and focus on opening up your ability to channel the divine, right? God, whatever you want to call it for yourself, spirit, your higher self, even if you're an atheist, mindfulness, it's scientifically proven that it helps balance people psychologically, okay? So in that meditation, to think of bringing in positive energy into yourself and through your crown chakra is something that Spirit is advising you to do, okay? Okay, more messages for Sagittarius. Love. Live your truth and share the love that is in your soul. Okay. When you have loving thoughts and feelings towards other people, sometimes we don't always have the courage to express that. It's very, very important to express that. You have no idea how meaningful that is to people sometimes, okay? It's quite important. Okay, last card for you, Sag. One more message. Spirit, for Sagittarius. Advice. Please and thank you. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Okay, spend as much time as it's beautiful where I am. I hope it's beautiful where you are. And the weather's going to be amazing. So get outside to nature, get fresh air, sunshine as much as you can. Grounding energy is just this feeling of Gaia, or Mother Earth, coming in through the energy of the earth coming in through you instead of connecting to the divine. So it's about a channel going up and down. When you really heavily get into meditating, it's awesome. It's a good feeling that you get when you have the ability to learn how to do that. But just start by, sometimes it's like a contemplative walk in nature. If that's where you're at, if you're a little bit further on your path, thinking of there being like a line of energy throughout your body that goes from the ground up to the divine is something that I find is helpful when I'm meditating. It really helps me to connect. So that is your reading for this period, Sag. So thank you so much for joining you. I love you guys all so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And light and love. Namaste.